Have you ever felt like you're falling behind? As you scroll through your feed, you see people your age landing big jobs, launching businesses, gaining recognition, and you wonder, what am I doing wrong? The answer might not lie in luck, money, or connections. There's a hidden pattern among the young people who are growing the fastest today. A simple daily habit that builds invisible competitive advantage. Today, you're going to discover how just 1 hour a day can transform your mind, your career, and your future. Before you even hit 30, the 5-hour rule is simple but powerful. You dedicate 1 hour a day, 5 days a week, exclusively to learning something new. No multitasking, no distractions, just intentional learning. This concept was inspired by Benjamin Franklin, one of the founding fathers of the United States, who devoted part of his day to reading, writing, reflection, and experimentation. Centuries later, this became a common pattern among the biggest names in modern innovation. The key idea is, while most people spend their days just executing tasks, those who truly grow invest time in learning how to do things better, faster, and with greater impact. That's what separates those who just work hard from those who grow exponentially. And that's the difference the world eventually notices, sooner or later. And when we talk about exponential growth, we're talking about names like Elon Musk, who learned aerospace engineering by reading for hours every day, even before he founded SpaceX. Or Bill Gates, who regularly takes entire weeks of reading retreats, completely unplugged, just to learn. He also reads an average of 50 books per year. Oprah Winfrey openly says her success is directly tied to the daily habit of reading and reflecting. And Mark Zuckerberg, who once challenged himself publicly to read a book every 2 weeks. The pattern? All of them built empires from knowledge. They didn't wait to be successful to start learning. It was the consistent learning that created the success. And maybe the most fascinating part, they kept this habit even when no one was watching, even when they weren't famous yet. The 5-hour rule works because it builds something that can't be bought. Wisdom, applied at the right moment. And if you apply the same principle now, before 30, you'll be miles ahead. Before most people even realize the race has started. You don't need to be a billionaire to apply the 5-hour rule. All you need is intention and consistency. Start by choosing a specific hour of your day for it. It could be early in the morning, before school or work. It could be at night after everything else. The point isn't when, it's that you do it every day. And what do you do during this hour? Learn. Actively. It could be reading books about finance, creativity, leadership, or emotional intelligence. It could be taking online courses in digital marketing, programming, languages, communication skills, or AI. It could be watching a lecture, listening to a podcast, and taking notes on key insights. And most importantly, reflect on what you learned. Write about it. Record videos explaining it. Teach someone. When you teach, you learn twice. And don't underestimate the small steps. 1 hour a day may seem like little, but in 1 year, that's over 250 hours of intentional learning. That's equivalent to nearly a semester in college, except 100% focused on your goals. And the best part? No one can take that knowledge away from you. It becomes part of you. If you start now in just a few months, you'll notice yourself thinking differently, communicating more clearly, and generating bolder ideas. Because your brain responds to the investment you make in it. And that's the kind of capital no market crash can destroy. Now you might be thinking, but I don't have time. Let's be honest, time isn't found, time is made. 1 hour a day is just 4% of your time. Cut a show, delay scrolling on Instagram, wake up 30 minutes earlier and sleep 30 minutes later. Done. Another common excuse, no one around me is doing this. And that's exactly why you'll stand out. The biggest changes in your life almost always happen when you act differently from the crowd. And maybe the most dangerous thought of all, but I'm still too young. Wrong. Youth is your biggest advantage. You have time to fail, fix, grow. Every hour you invest now is worth triple because it has decades ahead to compound. And the earlier you start, the more natural the process becomes. What feels like effort today becomes part of who you are tomorrow, and no one can take that from you. But does this really work in real life? Let's look at our reality. The 5-hour rule also applies to people with limited access, fewer resources, or living in developing countries. The internet has democratized learning. There are free courses on platforms like YouTube, Coursera, Udemy, high-level podcasts, digital books, online libraries. Young people from underserved areas, small towns, are using this access to grow, launch businesses, and switch careers. Knowledge is no longer a privilege of the few. It's a weapon available to anyone brave enough to use it daily. So now you might be wondering, how do I organize this learning routine? It all starts with clear intention. Set a fixed time, create a distraction-free environment, and turn off notifications. Use focus techniques like Pomodoro and build a weekly learning plan. Monday, reading. Tuesday, videos with notes. Wednesday, podcasts plus reflection. Thursday, write about what you learned. Friday, teach or review. Alternate your topics. One day, emotional intelligence. Another day, personal finance. Then leadership. Then creativity. This keeps your brain moving and turns you into a more complete, prepared person, but beware of a silent trap: shallow consumption. Watching short videos, scrolling through motivational feeds, or collecting PDFs you'll never read may feel like learning, but it's not. What drives transformation is deep, active study, with focus and intention. Read with a pen in hand. Pause videos to take notes. Reflect. Ask questions. Create projects from what you've learned. Learning isn't watching, it's absorbing and applying. The 5-hour rule only works if you treat that time as sacred and use every minute with respect. There's also a biological reason why this works. The human brain has something called neuroplasticity, the ability to adapt, create new connections, expand its intelligence through consistent use. And that only happens through focused, repeated effort. Learning activates areas linked to memory, creativity, and decision-making. And the best part, the more you learn, the more your brain wants to keep learning. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Science has already shown that consistent learning is directly linked to higher levels of self-esteem, resilience, and even happiness. Now imagine this a year from now. You, with new ideas, new contacts, new opportunities, thinking more clearly, knowing what you want, equipped with skills that put you ahead in interviews, projects, promotions. While most people are repeating the same day for 12 months, you'll have lived 12 better versions of yourself. That's the invisible impact that one day becomes visible to everyone. The doors open, not because you got lucky, but because you were prepared. So why not start today? Pick up a book, choose a course, block 60 minutes. Do this for 30 days straight and watch your mindset change. Don't wait to feel motivated. Act first, motivation comes after. If you want to be at the top by 30, you need to start at 20. If you're 25, the timing is perfect. And if you're past 30, there's never been a more urgent moment. Comment below your first step. And remember this, while others sleep on autopilot, you're building an invisible advantage. One that no one sees today, but everyone will notice tomorrow. The 5-hour rule isn't magic, but over time, it feels like it. And when the world wonders how you got so far, you'll know it started with a single hour. Today,